How do you flush your brake fluid? Let's get into it. So to flush your own brake fluid, you're gonna need a few things. Brake fluid, make sure you get the right kind for your vehicle. Some 1/4-inch line, a bottle, turkey baster, whatever wrench. Now, this method is gonna apply to 95% of your vehicles out there. There's gonna be a few that it doesn't apply to, but this should get you in the right direction. Let's look at our brake fluid. She is nasty. She needs to be replaced. It also failed the test. Not that we really needed one, but here's the test we did in our other video. So the brake fluid is for sure bad. Let's get started flushing it. So the first thing we're going to do is use a turkey baster to get some of this old fluid out, and then carefully put it into a bottle. There it is. We want to leave a little bit in our reservoir, but as you can see, this junk, she's nasty. So now we want to top off our brake fluid with nice, fresh, clean fluid. And we can overfill it just a little bit. And then we're going to go back and clean up the mess we made. Alright, so don't make the mistake I made. Put your rag or something down here or use a funnel to get it into your brake fluid reservoir. Now, you want to use fresh brake fluid. It's only good for 2 years, so it absorbs moisture, all that good stuff. Just use new brake fluid. Use the correct kind of brake fluid. We'll get it topped off, and then we'll put our lid back on. Alright, so where do we start at? Now, most of your vehicles, you're going to start on the right rear, left rear, right front, left front. You go furthest away from the ABS system as you can, and then work yourself around to being the closest to it. So in this particular vehicle, we are going to be the furthest away at the right rear, so that's where we're going to start at. So let's look at what we've got going on so far. We've got our bottle, we've got some 1/4-inch line going into our bottle, we've got brake fluid in our bottle. What we're going to do is we're going to hook our line up to our bleeder valve right here, and then we'll crack it loose to allow the old brake fluid to come in and out. Now you want to keep your line right here higher than your bleeder valve. That way the fluid has to go up and then down in there. So you're going to find your bleeder valve. You're going to remove your little rubber cap if you've got one. Make sure there's no crud on it. And let's make sure we got the right size hose. She's going to be a tight fit, but she's going to work. Holy crap, boys. We weren't even recording half this junk. So I'm not sure where we left off at. Our line is on. It's nice and snug. We've made sure we've got the right size wrench for our bleeder valve. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. There's the 1-person method, which is what we're going to try today, and then there's the 2-person. The 1-person method, we're basically going to barely crack this line until we see a little bit of brake fluid where we think it's open, and then we're going to pump the brakes ourselves. The 2-person, which is what most people use and what I normally do, you'll have somebody in the car, you'll have them pump the brakes and hold pressure on the brake pedal. You'll crack this valve open, and that'll allow brake fluid to come out and into your container. Once you see it stop flowing out, you'll close that valve, and then you'll tell them, okay, you can let off and pump again. They'll let off the brakes, they'll pump them up again, they'll let you know when they're pumped up and when they're holding pressure, and you just do it all over. So anyways, we're going to try doing this 1-person method today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this valve open. We're going to have to get a line wrench on this one, boys. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's get a line wrench. Alright, we got a line wrench. Let's get her on there. Let's move our bottle out of our way for right now. Oh boys, that is not good. The line wrench itself is trying to slip on there. Uh-oh. Taking a slight detour, folks. See if we can get this bleeder valve loose. I guess go ahead and try this before you take everything. Put our 10 socket on here. Just give her a few love taps. Hopefully that might help loosen some stuff up. Alright, let's see. I'm hoping that got her. I did get her. Boy, that is a bad. I don't like it. Alright. Now let's hook our line back up. Alright, we've got our line back on. We're gonna move this bottle over here so it'll be out of our way. Y'all will still be able to see everything flowing. Now we'll crack that open a little bit. You can see the brake fluid starting to come out, and then we'll go slowly press the pedal 3 or 4 times, and you can kind of watch that. Alright, so if you watch carefully, you could actually see some air bubbles back on the back side of this bottle. Didn't have the best view of that. But you want to pump your brakes 5 or 6 times and then double check your brake fluid level. Top it back off if it needs it. Now, most vehicles you can flush the brake system like this, but if you get air in the system, a lot of times you have to use the automated bleed function through a scan tool on most of your newish vehicles. So keep that in mind. Keep a check on your fluid level. And what we're looking for, you can say this is dirty fluid. We're looking for this level to clear up a good bit. So I'm going to check the fluid level, and then we're going to give her a few more pumps, see what she does. Alright, we're going to go ahead and empty our bottle so we don't have it overflow. Now when you do this, we're going to shut our valve off before we do anything. Make sure it's nice and closed. We will pinch our line and pull it off, and then we'll go pour some of this fluid out. Now we want to leave an inch or 2 in the bottom of it so we can make sure our hose goes back down below our fluid. Like we said earlier, that's helping prevent air from coming back up into the line. Just like that. We'll hold it up above our bottle, and then we'll go empty this bad boy out. Now we'll take and open our valve back up. You can see the fluid starting to come in, and we'll repeat the process until we got clear, clean fluid coming through this line. So this wheel is done. We've got nice, clean, clear fluid coming out, which means that our reservoir is nice and clean on the front. Now let's move on to the next wheel. Make sure you shut your valve off right here. And just like going to empty the bottle, we'll pinch this, take it off, and we'll move to the next one. So the caliper has probably been changed on this side, and it was a different size bleeder valve than we had hosed. So I believe the caliper's been changed on this side, and the bleeder valve was a different size than the other side, and our hose didn't want to fit. So we struggled there for a minute. So it may be best to go ahead and get you 1 or 2 different size hoses while you're out. 2 to 3 feet of each one will be more than enough. They're like 30 to 40 cents a foot. Not a big deal. But anyways, we're on the driver rear. I want you to watch the hose here when we pump and see if you can actually see the brake fluid change color as the old comes out. Go ahead and get that bad boy cracked, and we'll go to pumping. So there it is. Hopefully y'all can see the color change in this tubing. Go ahead and shut this one off, and we're gonna move to the front. I'm not gonna make y'all I'm not gonna waste y'all's time watching me do the same thing over and over. Y'all got this. Y'all understand what's going on. Just remember, when you get done and you get all your wheels back on your vehicle, it's on the ground. Just remember when you get your wheels and tires back on and your vehicle's back on the ground, pump the brakes a few times to make sure you got a nice firm pedal. If you don't, something went wrong somewhere, don't drive that vehicle. But I got faith in y'all. I know y'all can do this. Anyways, hopefully y'all found this video useful. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. And if you want more detailed instructions or more information, check out the blog. It'll be linked in the description. We're going to be putting up new repair articles and guides and all that kind of good stuff. So there you go. There you have it. Catch you in the next one.